So Hermisen and Macheeete coming up. Hermisen getting good preparation for this matchup. His last opponent being Zero. Another Mordex.
Yep.
So he's got Mordex in his blood already. Hermisen really ready for this matchup. Now Macheeete obviously plays quite different, but the properties of the character are still the same. There's nothing that there's nothing that Zero can or can't do that Macheeete can or can't do because of the characters. Now, Hermisen already opening up with a nice little side lights. Ooh, goes in for a recovery. Weapon toss comes down for those active frames for the down air. And to highlight for those that are just tuning in, because this is getting further into the bracket. When we talk about the active frames from the scythe, we're talking about like when the move hits, there's a moment where you can choose a direction, either left or right, up or down.
Active input.
Active input. Yes. I actually keep saying it.
Active input during the active frames.
The active input during the active frames, where you can choose the direction that you want to send your opponent. So like scythe down air, you can send them forward, you can send them back. It's similar with like, I think downlight has the same properties.
Yes.
And neutral air.
Yes.
And even some of Mordex's signatures, like that down stick, which he is very much trying to land. Ooh, double cell light does not work out. Hermisen secures his lead a little bit more with that neutral light. Will he go for the weapon toss? He does. Second weapon toss? No, just goes for the down air. Fastfall's a little bit too far. And Macheeete manages to make it back and has an opportunity to take the first stock here. Ooh, silent recovery just barely doesn't do it. Ragnar's defense just a little too high.
Now, we are seeing some of those mix-ups from Macheeete that we normally see from Gauntlet players. Before, you said the side light into the gravity cancel side light. Then right after that, he saw that that didn't hit, so he went for the side light straight into the recovery, trying to just vary up his attack options to try and catch up with the varied options that Hermisen has for his dodges, how he wants to recover after being hit by that first initial side light.
Side stick comes out, and Hermisen feeling okay with the state of the game right now. Gets a nice little dive kick. Ooh, Macheeete with his gauntlet string, taking advantage of that dodge being gone, puts so much hurt onto Hermisen. Already bringing him into light orange. Side light does not start out. Tries to go. I've seen a lot of those, like, if Macheeete whiffs a side light, he'll go for, like, a pivot gravity cancel down light to see if he can get, like, a return combo off of them trying to punish him. But Hermisen was ready for it that time, where he punished him in the middle of the down light casting.
Now, we are seeing some more Gauntlet play coming out from Macheeete. There isn't a weapon spawn on the field, so it's not necessarily that he's electing for that, but I think he's having better luck with this against Hermisen, and I think that's specifically due to the weapon matchup here so far of Gauntlets versus Katars. So he's not being completely outranged by guns or by bow or by spear or by axe. So the Katars and the Gauntlets are both very close to the chest weapons, even though he can reach out and touch with that downlight. Aside from that, not a lot of range, and I think he's just having better luck with that. Now that Hermisen has axe in his hand, he might struggle a little bit to get in and open Hermisen up.
This little silent recovery coming in onto Hermisen here, and Macheeete continues to extend this lead. Nice little down air. 2 down airs in a row. Pummeling Hermisen into the ground. And a nice recovery. So much work coming off these gauntlets coming out, which is like something that we didn't see too much from Zero, I think. That Macheete's really being able to mix up. We're seeing a much more developed Mordex at least in this matchup.
I would agree.
And Hermisen is looking like he's about to get 2 stock here in game number 1. Ooh, nice D-light recovery.
Tries to go for the second one, but there's the immediate counter punish.
Ooh, and Hermisen going for a ground pound. Off the side of the stage, immediately neutralized off. And now, nope, no recovery. Macheete's got a lot of options for how he wants to be able to finish this. Good downlight coming out from Hermisen. 2 in a row, using those anti-airs as Macheete's trying to greedily land with a down air. Maybe going for like a gravity cancel downlight recovery, possibly. We see that Sarah hitting, but it's not going to KO just yet.
Where's the... Oh, he doesn't go with the dash jump pivot ground pound. Is he setting up for it?
Weapon toss. Not sure what he's setting up for. They're definitely just throwing things at each other.
I think he's just trying to be careful.
I never noticed how those gauntlets look like they really hurt. See how spiky they are?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he was necessarily setting up for anything.
I was just watching them bounce off of him, so I was like, ow. It was a scary gauntlet skin. So, heavily in favor of Macheeete there. Because how do I want to think about this? Like, Hermisen nearly lost game 2 against Zero. And while Zero's a strong player, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I would rate Macheete's Mordex at a higher level than Zero's, just from what I've been seeing him do.
I would agree with you. I would put all my mammoth coins in that basket that I got on sale.
It's showing, at least in game 1. And it's not even a weird map thing, because I feel like if you're not experienced on Mammoth Fortress as a tournament player, and we both know Macheeete and Hermisen play tournaments, you're definitely just getting outplayed. I'm hoping Hermisen makes a few adjustments. We didn't see very much successful Katar play, and maybe it was because he didn't know how to be able to get in on his opponent, but I'm hoping to see some adjustments here in game number 2, because it's looking like Macheeete is primed to take losers finals off, or get into losers finals off of this match.
Now we are going to small Thunder Guard, which we've seen kind of a shocking amount of times today.
Yeah, all the maps that we don't normally see, we've seen a lot. And that's cool. It means that people are looking at this and they're experimenting with different maps and how to play on those maps and saying, hey, I could bring this in a tournament and I could win. Because a lot of maps are left open after the banning phase. And it was something in particular, this in 2018 and years before that, where we really just saw a lot of, like, everybody just wants to go to Mammoth and Shipwreck because they don't want to think about the risks of the other stages. And now we have more people taking those chances and developing a playstyle around it.
And we haven't hardly seen any Shipwreck today. We've still seen
we saw a few.
A solid number of Mammoth like we're used to, but we haven't seen as much Shipwreck as we're used to. Now that may change as we shift into North America after this, but so far for EU, we've seen not a lot of Shipwreck. We've seen a lot of Thunder Guard.
As per usual, the only map that we never see is Miami Dome.
True. Which makes me sad.
Opening up in game number 2, Hermisen had a little bit of a deficit, but finding a good side air. Puts at the downside, but Macheeete was so far above him, I can only imagine that it was a misinput.
Ooh!
Downside comes out from Macheeete and sends Hermisen flying, and that is a powerful signature to eat. As
the hitboxes are huge on it, because you have the reach forward, and then you have like the 3 spikies that come up.
Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think there's like a sour spot. I think it's just strong.
Yes. So, I think it just has its own... Everything is, I think,
no. Weapon Toss comes out twice to be able to secure those KOs, and Macheeete just juggles the gauntlets around. Ooh, try to deny Hermisen from that, but Hermisen was quick on being able to pick up the gauntlets. But stock 1 goes over to Macheeete. Nice little neutral. Ooh, the turnaround.
Oh, he's going to get damage off of that.
Macheeete with the combos.
He got Hermisen's dodge and just went to town.
And he was pivoting all those down airs and neutral airs too. That was what was crazy about it. He kept him in one place. Gauntlet combos usually take somebody across the other side of the map, but he just centralized him. Nice little neutralite. Puts Macheeete off the side of the stage. But he still needs to get this KO. Hermisen took a lot of damage off of that gauntlet string. And if you're Macheeete, you're like, oh, I'm super comfortable right now. Oh, no. Ground pound hits. Hermisen hits him by a second ground pound, and that's it.
This
is looking bad.
Hermisen's axe is looking not great against Macheeete. Macheeete is punishing so many.
Any map that's not normal. I don't know how to put it. Standard. It's weird because they are standard maps. We don't have like a weird like counterpick section. You can pick any of these maps at any points of time. But when Hermisen's off stage, in a place where you're normally not off stage, he gets into a weird position because those ground pounds were just raw. They weren't reads. Hermisen manages to KO the second stock, but Macheeete is looking really, really strong here.
You're seeing Hermisen swap away from the axe, picking up the guitars. I think that's what he needs to do here. But even with the guitars, his stronger weapon against Macheeete, it's still not looking like it's strong enough to take even a single game here. And that's coming off of a 2-0 against Zero. So I think your hypothesis that Macheeete is a stronger Mordex than Zero, I think you're absolutely correct on that.
But Hermisen bringing something up with the guitars, and this is what I was looking for. I was thinking if there was one way that he was going to be able to come back in this match, it was drop the axe, play with the guitars, do a ton of damage to the strings off the dodge reads. Macheeete loves to go for gravity cancel attacks, and one of the best weapons for punishing somebody who's recklessly wasting their dodge is a guitar.
Yeah.
Or the guitars, rather. One guitar, maybe not so much. It'd be funny to see. It's just like swinging.
You had to pick up both of them. You had to get the 2 weapon spawns to get full potential.
That'd be pretty sick, actually. But no. Okay,
ooh, he's got to be careful here.
But he does
he's got to be careful
He
here.
also does have to take those risks, because what is he going to do if he doesn't take the stock right away? He's going to keep getting hit, and then Macheeete could do any number of Mordex's many options for killing. Weapon Toss comes out. Hermisen still can't get this KO. Sarah goes way too low, and Macheete's now in the most comfortable position that he's ever been, and he's just going to wait for the exclamation points to come out and ground pound.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, it was like, I love how many situations today where I've gotten where, like, as I'm saying it, it's happening, but like I'm looking at it, and we both know it.